It's Friday, and that means hello, my little man. How you doing? It's Friday, and we're in the penultimate 2 weeks now. Formula One free practice at a new track tonight, and then we have the race this weekend, and then the fucking final next weekend. And it's so close between Lewis and Max, and it's exciting. I'm excited about that. Otherwise though, today is kind of a standard day, except for the fact that Laura has now gone to the office. She doesn't normally go to the office on a Friday. I have my first, counselling session in 15 minutes, and I'm nervous. I am just kind of a bit nervous, really. It's kind of a bad time, because it does almost force Laura out of home, to go to the office, which is kind of mean, but I didn't have much say in what time it was. These are sessions that were booked in via work. So if I was to carry on with this, I don't think I'd necessarily carry on with this therapist, counsellor, I don't know. Typically, so I've arranged it so that people at work know I'm out for an hour and I'm not on call for an hour. But typically I've got an Amazon delivery that's likely to come in that time. And yeah, so I mean, it's a 2 or 3 hour window that Amazon will come, but yeah, it's weird because I'm very good at falling into a pretend mode where I pretend to be someone else, and I'm nervous about being at my desk. Makes it feel like just a normal work call, and you know what I mean. And then I can go into work mode. I have no idea what to expect. Basically, I may as well shut up talking about it until it's done. This is a new problem for me. I've never really had to use my webcam on my main computer since starting work, so it's always just been plugged into my laptop. And now I need to plug it into my computer. And I'm terrible at putting the plugs there, right? And I'm terrible at putting the USB in. And I'm it's here. And I was just fumbling away trying to do it, and I'm like, fuck off, mate, just get the fuck out of my way. This is the biggest advantage of a standing desk. Look how much easier it is to just operate and rewire things where you could just move the whole desk out of the way. I don't know whether to do this thing standing or sitting either. Is it normal to just instantly assume that your cat's escaped whenever you can't find them? Session's done. I'm back to work now. I don't think this is what I expected it to be honest. I'm assuming he's in here. You wanted... There you are. I'm up here, Jamie, so I can sleep without you bothering me. And look at you. You're bothering me. Oh, my little baby. Look at this little straggly beard. It's because you drag all your food in it. You get gravy in your beard, you little gremlin. Look at you, my little man. See, if you were downstairs, well, I guess you would anyway. You're upstairs and you still got it, didn't you? Yeah, I don't think those sessions are necessarily what I kind of expected them to be. But I think that's because they're via the work program rather than via me just contacting someone. I don't know why I felt the need to buy such an excessive amount of oranges this week. They stopped doing the 1 kilogram box. It's Christmas, so they now do a... How much do you weigh, you little bitch? I don't know. 2.3 kilogram box. And I was like, I mean, sometimes I buy the 1 kilogram box and I have to reduce the amount of oranges I eat a day. But doubling it is more than enough. So yeah, so next time I need to think, I've got another session in 2 weeks. I need to think about what I want to talk about. And kind of pick a topic and a target and a goal for the session. And a goal for the sessions overall, because there's 4 with this person, like I say, and then if I want to carry on with this kind of thing, then I would book it myself, kind of thing. I think the point that I need to reflect on is what other people would objectively see about me in terms of how objectively successful I am and how I subjectively measure my own levels of success. Because there's a chance that I am projecting my internal subjective measures onto other people, you know. So subjectively, I'm thinking that I'm failing, and the other. So there's that. So I feel like I'm failing, and therefore I feel like other people will think I'm failing. especially over a long period of time. But I also need to figure out whether or not I want to accept being where I am. Jesus. Whether I can accept my current level of success, or whether I need to figure out how to move on with my goals in life, you know? Like, do I accept who I am now? Because I basically said that, like, if I am where I am now in 3 or 4 years' time, that feels like a failure. So, but I currently like feel like shit, and therefore like I'm not progressing the way I want to progress. Do I accept that, or do I figure out how to fix that? So this is my life today, looking at shithead graphs like this. What the fuck is that? At least this one started to go up. I tried to film this yesterday, but I was so boring and it was so dark that it was the drabbest like 4 or 5 minutes of me just rambling and saying nothing. I just decided to delete it. And I never have a, the rule is if it's filmed, it goes in the video. It's very, very rare that I delete footage, but Lord alive, was it boring. I'm happy now with my desk. My desk is like basically 95% of the way there. Got a load of Amazon packages yesterday with a load of cables in it. We're here. I'm not going to get any medals for cable management. There are some things that I can do to make it better. So I do actually have some like ties. Ties a little bit like this one, but instead of using one tie to lift the whole cable up, which obviously it doesn't stay there. God damn it! I think I need to move the weight distribution around a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so there is a mess of cables here, but basically everything is either plugged into the desk here or like plugged into itself, and then there's like 4 or 5 cables, so it's like power, 4 display cables, 2 USB cables, and then that's it. Sorry, no, so there's power to the desk, power to the extension cable, which is powering the monitors, and then like the other things are like 4 display ports, and then 2 USB sticks, 2 USB cables that go all the way down. So because I've done all of this remanagement, I did have presets for the like max height. Monty doesn't like the sound of this, he's just freaking out. So now I can go to full height. Not that I ever want to, because this is like properly full height. I'm not limited. I did have a limit like about here where like the cables couldn't go any further. As you can see, I've still got a shitload of slack. None of these are even like taut. So I did set a minimum, but I've now added this back on, which is like my wireless antenna for my computer. So I actually need to recheck the minimum. Let's do that. Okay, that can't go there. It's going to have to go somewhere else. Let's come back down again. I did not know that was magnetic. That is sick. So now it can go all the way down to 27.9, and it can go all the way up, and then I just press like 1 or 2, and like 2 is my like standard standing desk height. It's great. I freaking love it. So I think effectively like the minimum is now set by the fact that my computer's here, and I think, so I have my desktop here, obviously, as you can see, and I have my work laptop on top of it. And I think the actual minimum is like literally, like the like manufacturer's minimum is like literally the height of my computer anyway. So like it's literally like 1 or 2 centimeters. And who needs it to go that low? Not me. But so it's all set up now. I've got the monitors where I wanted them to be. Yesterday I was like kind of offset a little bit because I was limited by the length of the cables. Not limited anymore. But the next big improvement I've got, right, so if I want to turn my computer on, obviously just turn it on down here, or I turn on my work laptop by clicking that button there. That will then like take over the monitors. What I was doing previously was I had everything plugged into my work laptop. So like my webcam, keyboard was all plugged into there because it had like BIOS flashing, BIOS encryption stuff. So you can't use a wireless, the Bluetooth doesn't kick in until you've done that. So you couldn't use a wireless keyboard. Really annoying actually, gotta be honest. And I'd reuse this mouse, but then I'd press like the button underneath to like switch it between 2 different Logitech receiver things. Actually, yeah, the other Logitech receiver is still in there, so I could still switch it if I wanted to. But the big improvement I've done, so I had that, right? So everything was plugged in, and then I had one monitor. This one was like a USB dock, so it had my, basically it only had a singular USB-C connector on it, and then that USB-C connector I would use to either charge my phone during the day or transfer footage from you. That one was plugged into my desktop, so that is still true. This monitor is still plugged into my desktop. However, the webcam, this, and the receiver for the mouse is now plugged into this box, and so is this monitor. So like this monitor is also a USB hub, they're both the same. So the USB hub for this just goes to my desktop. The USB hub for this goes into this box, and then this box has two little cables. One goes, I didn't know this fucking thing existed until the other week. I'm so glad I now know it exists. That has two cables, one goes to my desktop, one goes to my work computer. So now, if I want to switch computers, I just press this little button, and then we're set. It's kind of annoying that basically means that I've got like, obviously a load of wires behind this, as it like, the fan hides a lot of it, but like, obviously there's three USB cables coming out the back of that and two USB things here, but I need to be able to press this button. I thought about putting it underneath the desk, but it would just be annoying, like, you know what I mean, I'm just going to look at it anyway. So yeah, so now, because of that, I've now just got a completely fresh desk, and I can use my keyboard however I want to, wired or wireless for both computers. So it's so annoying, because it's plugged in all the time, but it's so annoying when I want to use my desktop that it would like take a while to like sync the Bluetooth, and sometimes it wouldn't even connect, so I'd have to use like the on-screen keyboard to log in and then like go into Bluetooth and like disconnect it and reconnect it, that kind of thing. So annoying. Now that's no longer a problem. Happy days. Otherwise, Laura's gone to have some brunch with a friend. I had a little bit of a line, but I'm just sorting out videos. I have one video going out basically now, and I'm going to schedule the next video. I'm basically a month behind, and last time I got a year behind, I obviously started making the days quite long, like the videos quite long, so it was easy to catch up. And I haven't been doing that, for obvious reasons, I guess, for semi-obvious reasons. So I have been, I'm struggling to catch up basically. So I'm just uploading videos. I just kind of stopped uploading videos in the morning. So I'm just going to try and work through that. I'm going to try and upload like 4 this weekend, you know. We have no plans because I'm on call. So I can't go anywhere in a way. It's a Formula 1 weekend. Got lots of cooking to do. Cooking a slow cooker thing tomorrow, which means doing a lot of the cooking tonight. So that'd be nice. What else, man? What else? Yesterday was a bit of a mess. We've been investigating a problem we've seen. We've like raised a ticket with like Microsoft to see if they can help us as well. But yeah, it's very confusing trying to figure out what the dealio is. But touch wood, it's not happening. It's happening like regularly in our test environment. It happened once in prod. Touch wood, it's not happened yet in prod. We have a plan if it does happen again, or if it happens again for a long period of time. But it's like a blip. It's not great. It's not best. We don't. I mean, like I say, we don't understand it. It's like an internal load balancer thing where we have like one app deployed to 3 different nodes, and one node is taking all of the load, and it's not being distributed around, and then that machine just gets like swamped. So it's not fun. But so I was just spending all day looking at stupid graphs where it just goes you're like, why? Why is that happening? The last 2 nights I've been going to bed early because I've been having like this really like dull headache. I've been trying to like sleep it off effectively, but that's why I've not been like ending the videos at the end of the day properly. Yesterday was kind of a pottering around the house kind of day. Always sat in the living room, in the kitchen with the fire on, just like not really doing much. Really. I don't know. I don't think we did anything of sorts. We cooked 2 dinners yesterday because today we were having slow cooked shepherd's pie, which was nice, but it needed to go on this morning. Went to the gym this morning. Yeah, yesterday literally just playing games, relaxing. Today, been doing loads of pottering. We put the Christmas tree up, which Monty's enjoying. We went to the tip to get rid of all of the cardboard we had, put that into recycling, because we've got way too much cardboard from my desk and our Era thing, for it to be like, speaking of the Era, so we get, I don't know why I'm saying this for American viewers, we get like recycling collected, but there's like you've got like a little box you can fill basically, and there's no way, no way at all that that box was going to take all of the cardboard we had. So I went there, we went to the shop, we fixed, well, extra fastenings on the fence, where it's like started to lean away from the wall a little bit, so we like bolted it to the wall. Put the Christmas tree up. I then went to bed for a little bit, like in the afternoon, just to kind of close my eyes. Again, feeling like I've got a bit of a headache. Watched Formula 1, so it was alright by the time I watched Formula 1. What a fucking crazy race, right? We're going into the final race now, even Stevens, between Max and Lewis. And I don't even know what happened in that race. It was just lunacy. Like, it was really like dirty, the whole race. Had dinner late because of the race. Now heading to bed. Monty's not allowed in here overnight because he's going to attack the tree. Tomorrow I'm going to have to just watch him and make sure he doesn't attack the tree during the day. Monty had to spend the whole night locked out of the living room. He hasn't figured out yet that his tower's been moved to that corner. So he keeps looking at this corner, trying to figure out where his tower's gone. Locked out there overnight, and today, obviously, I'm working from home. Laura's in the office. My sole responsibility is to protect the tree. Mandem needs to leave off. Washing's dry as a bone, mate. It's one of the washing, boys. I can sort some of that washing during the 10 AM. Like 10 AM all hands thing on a Monday is like just like information for innovation IT, which it is. I just move into that room and hang some washing up while that's going on. Living the dream. Otherwise, I've got some other like little doohickeys to do. Have some pieces of paper to file away. Exciting, I know. And I've emptied my old filing system, my old folder of like old documents. I don't need like tax status code changes from 5 years ago. Don't need that shit. We've got a new shredder. I brought the new shredder in and I'm going to work through this big old pile of documents underneath that. Otherwise though, I am still nursing my headache. I woke up this morning, still got it. I think it's a combination of like having just like the heating on and more windows closed than usual, that kind of thing, you know, something to get to me. But it's very annoying, so I'm just trying to get over that. I went for like a little brief 15-minute walk before it started spitting it down with rain. And yeah, back at it again, boys. Not a bad day today, ladies and gentlemen. It's really nice just not being on call again, to be honest with you. You kind of forget how much it like, how much it takes, like how much you think about it all day. I managed to chip through a couple of things. I did all the washing as well at lunch. So I fucking nailed it, boys. That was good. Yeah, it was basically like all the way through productive. After work, went for a walk, played a little bit of Xbox. Laura came home, shopping, etc. My headache seems to be like, something about downstairs gives me a headache. I can't figure out what it is, but it's still not gone, which is interesting. But anyway, it's bedtime. We've got a really busy morning tomorrow. Got swimming, got another therapy session, and work, obviously. Forgot about the third one, the big one, you know. I managed to talk myself out of and then back into swimming again this morning. I woke up and I was like, I've got so much I need to do. I don't know how I'm gonna like fit it all in, because I need to get up, I need to go swimming, have a shave, I need to be logged on and working by 8, which I have been. And then I've got like a therapy session at 9. So like there's just a lot of stuff like going off in the morning. And I was like, I woke up and I'm like, I don't think I've got time to do this. But I set an alarm for later on to be like, I'm gonna go back to sleep for a little bit. And then rolled over and I'm like, I'm wide awake, go. So I came downstairs, got changed, and my new swim shorts. So I've been wearing like old, literally swim shorts I bought for the first holiday that me and Laura had together. So ancient swim shorts. They're like legitimately, I mean, they must be dawning on like 9, 10 years old now, surely. They are like the kind of swim shorts you have at a beach, you know? They're not the kind of swim shorts you have to swim in like when you do like 2,000 odd meters. So they feel like they balloon up in a way that like this, a bit like a parachute. So anyway, I've got new like proper ones where they're like shorts and they're like skin tight. They're great, really like them. But this is the first time I got there before the gym actually opened. So they open at 6. And I aimed for like 10 past, and I rocked up at 6. So somehow I talked myself out of it, then back into it, and still got there earlier than normal. Don't know how I managed that. I had a banana for breakfast. I had a banana for breakfast instead of sorry. I just instinct switched my mouse there. I don't need to do that anymore. Had a banana for breakfast instead of like a sandwich bar, so maybe that's the time difference. Who knows? That was a lot better than last time. I enjoyed that. A lot of words in circles and questions to ask myself. Laura puts these lights on during the day. We've got like a wreath as well with lights on it. Am I supposed to keep it a Christmas tree? I kind of get the Christmas tree, but these are both battery operated. Like, do I need to keep them on all day? Making a cup of tea. Back to work, I'm getting hunted. Hello, my little baby. How you doing? He's really not very happy because his tower was where the tree is now, and his tower's moved to where the lamp used to be. And it's basically like the tower doesn't exist anymore. He's not impressed. He's just lying like on the floor in cardboard, trying his best to look as uncomfortable as possible. It's time to end this video, ladies and gentlemen. We are chipping away with stuff at work. It's been quite a busy day. Otherwise, evening, been playing Halo. Haven't played Halo in well, multiplayer, online Halo. I've been enjoying it as well. I don't know if it's just pairing me with a load of noobs, but I think I'm all right at it. I'm not dying. Halo's always been a game that I've been like absolute dog shit at. I'm usually much better at like hardcore modes on like Call of Duty, the older Call of Duties, like Call of Duty 4 and stuff like that, or War of the Worlds. Yeah, that one. But I'm doing alright. It's been quite good fun. But it's bedtime. I'm going to end the video here as well. The video's got a little bit lengthy. Good time to stop. Trying to decide. I haven't decided yet whether or not I'm going to go into the office tomorrow. I was trying to tell myself I was going to start going into the office on Wednesdays. I won't be able to go next Wednesday because I'll be in London, hopefully. So trying to figure out if I'm going to go tomorrow. The thing is, my stand-in desk is like sweetens the deal a little bit, you know. But I'm planning on going into town on Thursday. I've got the day off on Thursday. I'm planning on going into town for that. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm like, shall I not bother? Because I'm going in anyway the day after. But we'll see. We'll see how I feel when I wake up. Thank you very much for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you later.